Friends.
You know what I just realized, Kevin? Hey, our microphone was muted that whole time. So, uh, let's give that another chance. I don't know if anybody was watching. My OBS is a little small right now. Let's see. Oh, we got two people hanging out. So, uh, oh man, that was such a good intro. That's Dave for you. Um, well, let's just jump into the Green Knight, and we'll go from there, and then we'll introduce each other afterwards, talking about fantasy. All right, buddy, here we go.
Brothers and sisters, who can regale me and my queen with some myth? Or tale?
O greatest of kings, let one of your knights try to land a blow against me. Indulge me in this game.
I will meet thee.
One year.
Another year nearly gone already. You must seek him out.
Was it not just a game?
Perhaps. But it is not complete. You'll find no mercy. No happy end.
Why do you stop me?
Your doom is at hand.
You rest your bones. I'll finish your quest for you.
And what do you hope to gain from facing all of this?
Honor. That is why a knight does what he does.
Are you ready?
So, what do you think of that, buddy?
I mean, I had never heard of it. I think it looks entertaining. I think it's pretty epic, honestly.
You know what I forgot. What we forgot to do is crack open a beer. I think that trailer made me want to drink a beer. You know, I think you should pick the beer tonight. So you tell me what. Look at this. Like I got a little fancy tonight. I got a little ice. Got my beers and some ice. So you tell me what sounds good, and I'll crack it open.
Got it. Thinking.
What Kevin's thinking, we have English style IPA. I think I picked these hopefully for Kevin because I know he's a big fan of IPAs. We got a mango haze. This is going to be a hazy IPA with some mango, and then we also have an American Pale Ale.
And I think let's start with the muscle thing.
All right, that sounds good. All right, so
Put them up on camera. Everyone can
yeah, definitely. Last time I had some background, so I kind of faded some stuff out. Turn that off tonight. All right. So we got a Muscle Memory American Pale Ale from a little brewery called Cerebral. It's a 5.6. So I think we kind of talked about IPAs last time. But this guy here, what's great about it is it's made with oats and a little bit of gold. Yeah, a little golden promise and some oats. So a little bit of golden barley and a little bit of oats. Pale ale is going to be, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you feel about this, Kevin, but IPAs and pale ales and everything up there are so damn close to each other, and color and profile. And you know, I think you and I hear a lot of people talk about beer, and they talk about how if it's not an IPA, they won't drink it. I don't know if you see that.
I mean, I don't. I obviously, as you know, that. But no, yeah, there's plenty of people, and they all have their tastes, and they think IPA, they only think hazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of the trend right now. So let's take a sip of it, and I'll let you describe it there, Kev. Cheers, my friend. Damn, that's good.
Got a little bit of a fruit taste to it. Light, refreshing, not getting much of a bitter to it because of what I ate. I'm getting a little sour out of it.
Huh. Okay.
I don't think sour when I think pale ale, so
Let me throw this at you. So some of the hop profiles out there represent different taste profiles. So as an example, I like to explain there's 5 different hops. There's going to be spicy, earthy, floral, citrusy, and what, as we all know, piney, right? So this has Idaho 7 in it. Idaho 7 has a garlic onion profile. I wonder if that Citra and the Idaho 7 mixture together might be making it a little tart on your palate right now.
See, and I'm wondering because we literally just had some garlic bread with this.
Oh, okay. Because I'm getting big amounts of garlic. Not much aroma to it. I mean, it is nice and hoppy, but overall, you get that nice garlic up front, and then it lingers into that fruit profile or that tartness of the Citra. But there's no fruit in it whatsoever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And again, I'm wondering, as you know, everyone's taste is different. What you had before this changes how things taste. That garlic bread.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's yummy. I like that. Good pick. Good start. I would have started with that guy too. I like that. Yeah, I guess going back to the Green Knight here. So basically, yeah, I knew nothing about this. I was just going through some trailers. Oh yeah, at the beginning, I forgot. I forgot we were muted. So we got Kevin, Bearded Allfather, and my name's Dave with Creatures. We do hopefully we'll continue doing a chatting and drinking with Nerds Brew Gaming. We like to talk about beer, video games, comics, basically nerdy entertainment. And to me, beer is very nerdy, as much as I think it is for Kevin. And yeah, we kind of had a really good intro there I started with, and then I looked and noticed we were muted. And then we jumped right into this first trailer called The Green Knight. Yeah, like what I was saying, Kevin, I didn't know anything about this movie. And I don't know. I love fantasy. I'm going to take a wild stab. I think it's safe to say you love some fantasy, don't you?
Not a doubt.
Yeah. And so I don't know what this is based on. I just kind of wanted to jump into it raw and kind of see it. And I love King Arthur on many levels, and I saw that he was in there. And it looks like a lot of great actors.
I love a lot of the myths that they're kind of weaving in this. They build an instant background for it, and over the top, like giant creatures running through there, talking animals. They're hitting all kinds of different fantasy tropes. Really epic in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I'm curious, like who this guy is and different things these people are, and it looks like there's more than just this Green Knight guy, which I know nothing about. So I'm definitely thought that we could start that off because you and I both have that love for fantasy there. Speaking of fantasy, our next subject we're going to be talking about this RTX 3080 Titan. Did you see this?
I have a little before you sent me some stuff on it too, but it is gorgeous. So the price points, especially that you brought out, and the performance that it's showing are interesting, but I don't know if they're, in my opinion, worth the price that if you can find one.
Yeah.
So like the example you've got up there right now, you're showing that 58 frames, 64 frames, right?
Yeah.
But your price point difference between the two is pretty noticeable. 400?
Yeah, 400.
And if you can find it.
Yeah. No, I brought this up because I nerded out on it. Probably about spent 4 hours looking at this card and listening to a lot of different people. And what's exciting about it is we're looking at it as an RTX 3080 Titan, which is a premiere, right, of the 3080 series. And we automatically want to compare it to the model in that category. But what's great about it is, yeah, sure, okay, so if you're looking for a 3080 and you're looking at $400, you're thinking, wow, I should just stick with the 3080 because these frames here are, like on Cyberpunk here is 37 versus 42. But I think what's awesome about it is if you have it with, as an example, like if you have it with a high-end processor, some good memory on there, you're rocking pretty close. It's I think it's like only 12% lower than a 3090 when it comes to performance. And so with that, you're saving $300. The big thing is you just don't have that RAM, that 24. I think this guy's coming with I forgot to look. Is it 12 or is it 8?
I think it's 12.
I think it's 12 on this card. So with that, I'm excited about it. I think you were there the other day when I was kind of joking. I was kind of serious about it, talking about how I wanted to get a 3080, get a pre-built, do all these different things, and just to get this card that you have, because you're rocking that 3080. And I know it's a fantasy trying to get these cards out there, and I know that you love your card. You've been talking about how beautiful it is, and you've been gaming a lot on it. And I game and multitask because I do a lot of video editing and stuff and graphics. And I don't know. I'm hoping, maybe 2022 that this comes back to MSRP of $11.99, and that would be pretty exciting. I know right now it's going to be pretty intense and pretty crazy to see or find this thing and see how much it's going to cost when you do find it.
I completely agree, and I was about to ask if you had pulled the trigger, because I know we were talking about picking up another rig, replacing your old one, getting a new one in there. Curious if you had gone through it. It's nice having, but what you're paying for versus.
Yeah. And kind of answer that question, I pulled the trigger on some stuff. I'm very excited for it because I've been doing some smart buys. I found myself a Ryzen 5950 for $799. Yep. The closest thing was $940 or $950 for it, and I got one of those, and then I ended up getting a Zeus Hero motherboard, and that thing's, so I found that, I think they came out at $390, or I'm sorry, was it $399 or $590? I think they came out at $399, and now they're about $599, $699. I found it for $379. So I'm slowly going to piece my computer together, and I'll end up pulling a trigger. I figured with the 5950 and the Hero motherboard and 64 3600 hertz RAM, I think my RTX 2080 will be perfectly fine for the future here until 2022, when I can find one of these cards for $11.99.
I mean, if we're lucky, we'll get into the. I'm trying to think of when they do it. Pushing into the thousands.
They have the 4000 out, but they're all the Ryzen. Well, no, not the Ryzen. Sorry, the Radeon video cards built into them.
Okay.
Yeah, because I picked up a 4700 G last month for my streaming device. You know me, Mr. Baller. I got to keep up with you and your rig.
I was laughing because the specs on what you're currently showing on the left-hand side, I think, are mine.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I like that. Yeah, no, I'm excited. Is the RTX 3080 Titan worth it for $11.99? What do you think? Is it yes or no?
Base it on every person needs to take a look at their finances and what they're currently rocking.
Yeah.
Should you wait? I wouldn't be opposed to you waiting. Got a really.
Yeah.
I had a 980 Ti. I was kind of feeling it on some newer games. I think that's kind of up to everyone. If you can find it and you can find it close to MSRP.
Yeah. Yeah. Once I found that baby, I'm gonna pull the trigger. But I think if you're looking for an RTX 3090, the 3080 Titan's definitely worth it. If you can get a 3080 or a 3070, you don't have to spend that extra dough to get a 3080 Titan. I agree with you on that. So, sorry, I got a hair. You know how beards and long hair go. I just pulled a hair out of my mouth. Yummy. Yeah, so speaking of hair, Mark Wahlberg, man, he's the man. He got some nice hair. But let's play. Let's. Do you know anything about Uncharted?
Very little.
All right, so let's jump over here to Uncharted real quick. Let me pause this guy for us. And so basically, Uncharted is a video game that's been on the PlayStation exclusively, and they're on all the way up to Uncharted 4. The thing is we can talk about the video game, but I'm not here to talk about the video game. I'm here to talk about the movie, because that's just dropped. I think it dropped like 2 weeks ago. May 24th, a little bit off. But the thing is yeah, that's about 2 weeks ago, is Mark Wahlberg tied himself to this movie. And you know how Hollywood goes. They like to destroy these video game movies for us, or the video games. But to speak of Uncharted, fans of Uncharted video game series have been waiting for a movie since it was first talked about back in 2018 or 2008. In the years since then, there have been various stops and starts with Mark Wahlberg, Chris Pratt, and Nathan Fillion. Is it Fillion or Fallon? Fillion. Fillion. See, all these years I've always butchered it. All linked with the lead role of the adventurer Nathan Drake at various times over the last decade. Well, they found their Nathan, and they found him with Tom Holland, who is, as we all know him, as Spider-Man. So, and then Wahlberg took on Sully, his mentor, the role of the mentor. So, you want to check out this trailer and see what we think of it?
Absolutely.
All right.
You are the explorer? Give me a hand. Don't be afraid. You dream to be in a forest. Your soul will never be quiet until you find this place. It is your destiny.
It was a nice lift back there. But you got a lot to learn. My friends call me Sully.
Nathan Drake.
You, me, together, we were destined. For something great.
Tell me what's so special about that ring.
It belongs in my family.
I don't know how I feel about that.
So, the audio stuff,
Was your
that wasn't their voice, was it?
well? See, that's the thing is with Sully, that he doesn't sound like that in the video game. And then when Mark finally said his first words, I was like, "Is that really him?" So that's a great question. Are they going to be dubbed?
I'm just curious. From watching that video, I was like, that didn't sound like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, yeah. Talk that I don't know. I get maybe Tom, but Marky Mark being in this, it's one of those things where you just kind of you look at it and you're like, let me start it over again. But it's like looking at it, it looks like a high-end budget Indiana Jones that they're going after, even though we know it's the video game.
I mean, my initial thought process is Tom Holland is Laura Croft, but you know.
I like that. Yeah, I wonder why they. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this one. Am I going to run out and watch it? Probably not. I think I'll wait for it to hit streaming or VHS before I check it out. What about?
I agree. Like just what we saw here.
Yeah. I don't know. Like sooner or later, I mean, that looks like Indy was chasing him. But sooner or later, somewhere in the trailer, they do the motorcycle from the video game, and it looks so CGI, looks so fake.
Wonder if they went full Matrix 2.
But yeah, like right here, it starts getting very CGI. It kind of looks like the video game, like that. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Thought I'd throw that out there since we like talking about video games, but I haven't played all the way through 4, so I need to finish this up, and I don't know. I think I can wait until 2029 to watch this thing. But yeah, I thought I'd throw that in there. But not speaking of duds, man, one of my favorite times of the year is this time. We talk about things like Christmas, and we talk about Halloween and all that stuff. I wait for a little thing called E3. You know much about E3 there, Kev?
I do, and I like to see what shows up and what they bring to the table.
Yeah. So with that, I figure we go over, since it's starting on Saturday, start talking about some of who's going to show up to the E3 conference. And basically, I pulled this up here, and it's going to be the broadcast schedule for 2021. I know there's a couple of different things you might be excited for, and I thought we'd talk about this here and talk about some of the different days, times, and what events are going on. So E3 basically is it's weird because it always was like on a. They kind of had like some summer of games the week before, which they do on Thursday for 2 hours, which is tomorrow. And then Friday, nobody really does anything. And then Saturday, it's been weird over the years because slowly somebody's been moving into that bracket. And then it goes from Saturday, and it usually goes until Wednesday or sometimes Tuesday, depending on what's going on there. So this year, we have Saturday through Tuesday. Saturday is going to be some of the big hitters like Ubisoft and Gearbox. Sunday, we have Xbox and Bethesda. Basically, to me, I'm just calling it Xbox, but a lot of people like to hear that Bethesda. Square Enix, Warner Brothers. And on Monday, nothing really exciting going on except for maybe Capcom later in the day. Take-Two, sometimes... they got an hour going there, and I don't know what they're going to talk about. And then on Tuesday, another big day for everybody is going to be Nintendo. And Nintendo does their own directs now, which is all digital. It's been definitely weird because last year they didn't have an E3. This year they're having an E3, and we probably all know why. But I'll say it either way, the pandemic. But yeah, let's talk about some of these. You want to get started? And do you want to get started? You have no choice. You're going to get started with me there, Kevin.
let's say Saturday.
Yeah.
I know we're going to be getting some Division 2 Heartland information, or at least I'm going to make the assumption we are.
Well,
that's going to be their new big thing before they start pushing for.
Yeah, that's a great question. I wasn't sure if you were done there.
Oh no, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the big thing is with these guys, we know some things are going to be talked about. A lot of it is very secretive, but for Heartlands, they're not going to bring it up at all. No, the rumor has it out there that they're not going to talk about it. They're going to talk about things like Rainbow Six Extraction. They're going to talk about Far Cry 6. They're going to talk about what's that? I'm drawing a blank on the Rebels one, on the something United. It's where it's a battle royale with all the snowboarding, skiing, mountain bikes going down the mountain. Republic. It'll come to me. But they're going to talk about like those 3 big games. It's interesting because they start at 12, but Gearbox doesn't start till 2. And if you look at Sunday, Xbox and Bethesda starts at 10 a.m. and they go for an hour or 90 minutes, so basically an hour and a half. And Square Enix comes on at 12:15. So what is Ubisoft? Are they going to be announcing that whole time for 2 hours, or are they only going to go for an hour? But they've only talked about these 3. 3 games. They haven't really talked about much. Oh, and they talked about DLC for Valhalla. But beyond that, they haven't really said much more. So you would assume that they would talk about Heartland, and they had some leaks. Did you see that new leak where they're going to do some type of PvP with all the different Division and Splinter Cell and stuff like that? That you can play one of those mini characters against each other?
I have not.
So
I've gotten to see a little bit of Heartland because I know a couple people that have the beta.
Well, shoot, if you know people with a beta, that makes me think that they're going to show it.
It's been interesting going through it with them, but without breaking NDA, I can't really say a whole lot more.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I think the big thing is we don't know, and that's how these things. That's why it's Christmas to me, because I wake up, I have no idea what we're going to be opening up or getting into. So we do have a couple of trailers to watch. I don't know if you watched any of these. We can start with the Rainbow Six Extraction teaser trailer, because we're going to find out more about this guy on, I believe on Sunday. I'm sorry, on Saturday. We're going to find out more. So they dropped this trailer a couple of days ago. So let's check this guy out, okay? All right, June 12th at 3 p.m. is what that said. So going back here, Yeah, see, I don't know. I guess after all the conferences, they're going to talk more later on, which is weird. I figured they would talk during their forward regarding it at 12. But yeah, I mean, have you ever played Rainbow Six?
No, but it's been one of the ones that's been highly recommended.
Yeah, it's definitely a great game. It's on year 6 now. It came out, it kind of crashed there for a moment, and then it turned itself back around. And it's a great first-person shooter. The only problem with it is you have to. It's a team of 5 versus 5. You have to play with some really good friends. If you just jump in and play by yourself, it's not that fun. But if you have at least, a whole squad. If you can roll deep with a whole squad, that's awesome. But the big thing is, let's say at least 2 other people with you. It's really fun. So they came out with Quarantine. I think that was year 3. And now they decided and tried out quarantine. I think it was running for like 2 weeks, and it did so well that they broke off. So this is a break off of Rainbow Six. This is going to be a standalone game. This isn't Rainbow Six Siege. This is Rainbow Six Extraction, which I'm excited for.
Interesting. It looks cool as far as the trailer goes.
Yeah, I mean, I always like to tell myself that you started playing zombies the other day for the very first time. I don't know if that's accurate, but some of these trailers I'm going to show you today, and I think I'm a big zombie fan, and I like that PvE type of concept when it comes to games. And this here, my understanding is Extraction is kind of like Outbreak, where we play some zombies and then we extract and we get out of that region. And if we can bring everybody out together, we have a better chance, or we get better rewards. But yeah, so are you a big fan of the zombie games?
I never got into it, honestly, until you kind of got me in. I've had a lot of fun with some of them now, and I've put a lot of time into them.
Nice. See, I like hearing that. I was hoping it was me.
Absolutely.
Nice. All right, so moving on to Ubisoft, let's do you know anything about Far Cry?
I do know of Far Cry. I watched their Far Cry trailer during their release.
Okay. Well, let's watch it again. Let's get a refresher. How does that sound?
Not gonna hurt my feelings. So.
All right.
Guapo, you listen. Rule 16. A guerrillero's revolution never ends. Always another war, another cantina, another ugly bartender.
Juan Cortez?
What do you think gave it away, Guapo?
This is a fucking waste of time.
Can you whistle?
What?
Nah, you can't whistle. Not bad, Danny, but we're just getting started. Rule number 1. A good guerrilla is a hidden guerrilla.
Muerto el perro, se acabó la rabia.
We lead our operations in secret camps across the country. Here, guerrillas live,
Kaboom!
train, and plan.
Small pack. We go in, grab our people, kill whoever gets in our way.
By smuggling in supplies, we'll add some piss and fire to our movement.
You got that right.
Camp chef, black market dealers, these safe havens got everything a guerrilla needs. Even do-it-yourself vehicles. You're gonna love it, Danny. Rule number 2. A good guerrilla masters their environment. This land is your home, Danny. I'm sure you know every inch of it. From the bloodthirsty jungles, postcard shorelines, to dead-end towns, and our friendly capital city. How you get around is up to you.
Good girl.
If you want to play it safe, take our secret paths carved in the dirt of old revolutions. Hola, Danny.
How you doing?
Or take a risk and operate in plain sight of Castillo's assholes. Go ahead and hide your weapons to blend in. Bribes,
What do you got?
sabotage, interceptions. You don't always need to be a loudmouth, Danny.
Christmas trees? Do you even grow those here?
Mexicans pay crazy money for this. How you think El Presidente funded Maria's new face?
Okay. Go through.
Rule number 3. Fucked up situations call for fucked up solutions.
Hey, he's not here.
You expected reinforcements? I got news for you. You're an army of one against an army of thousands. And when shit gets real, we make use of whatever we have. We call that resolver. That means absolutely everything from sardine cans goddamn batteries to old motorcycle engines has been built into equipment. And some very unique, deadly weapons. Now we're fucking talking. This, the Supremo backpacks. Handcrafted by yours truly. Each one will make you feel and fight with the power of a goddamn guerrilla army. Give me lip, I'ma take it to the yard. Get a stick, make a switch. And end the conversation real quick. I am cracked, I ain't lying. You and I both know. You want this. For a guerrilla. For a guerrilla, the shit my pants rush of an ambush. The taste of sweet victory after you freed your people from tyrants.
It's fun.
Oh, and the final rule. A good guerrilla always brings a friend along for moral support.
The doggy makes me happy. So what do you think of that trailer, my friend?
I don't know about you, but I got serious Borderlands vibes.
Did you? What made it? What was it? Was it like the color or?
The comedy, the weapons, and the guy who's talking way reminds me of Marcus.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And you said you've never played these, or you played them?
I know of them. I know a lot of the plots, but I have not gone through them.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely played 3, 4, 5 in the New Dawn. And actually last year, or maybe earlier this year, I just finished New Dawn, played it all the way through, and last year I finished Far Cry 5. I think I might have finished them last year because this was supposed to be dropping out in March of this year, and then they pushed it back. And a couple of different things that are going on with this one is which is exciting, is they're going to have first person and third person. So you're going to have that Division vibe too when you're playing, I think, which I think will be awesome. And yeah, and I don't know. I mean, it's nice to get back to an island. It's nice to get back, on Far Cry 5. The writing, even New Dawn was really dumb. So I hope the writing's not dumb on this. It seems entertaining. It seems funny. Like you said, the narrator seems pretty badass. And even like this here with the city, first time having a major city that we can play in. And that's going to bring a lot of new gameplay to it. And I can only imagine what creatures are going to be in the jungles, versus like some of these other games. You'd be I think Far Cry 5 was in Wyoming, in the middle of nowhere after they nuked it. Or before they were going to nuke it. I guess, spoiler alert, I should have said something about that. But the big thing is, you get attacked by a boar or you get attacked by a bear here. I can only imagine what's in the jungle. And having a crocodile, I want to play with the crocodile, but man, that little dog, I'm curious what he's going to do. So
I'm sure the wife would pick the dog.
Yeah. I don't blame her on that one. Yeah, so I'm excited for it. And with Ubisoft, what is it? Is it Ubisoft Plus or Ubisoft Play? $15 a month. Play this game easily within a month for $15. It'd definitely be worth it. So I'm excited for that. And then is this one coming out in October? Is that what they said? I forgot already. October 7th, 2021. So we got a lot of good games coming out in October. I'm a little worried about that, but not for the games, for myself. I don't know how much time I'm going to have. So, well, the next one on, let's go back to the schedule here. later that day, we have Gearbox, and you're speaking of, and talk about a good segue, you're talking about Borderlands. Did you hear about this Wonderlands release, or not really a release? I guess it was sneaked out there. Wonderlands. Do you know anything about this from Gearbox? So you know nothing at all?
No, I've been trying to keep up with the Borderlands live-action movie. So far, nothing for Wonderland.
Let's talk about this Borderlands live-action movie. You seen some of those pictures from Jamie, right? That she released.
Yep.
Well, what are we thinking? How are you feeling about that?
I don't think it looks too off point for it. I think the little bit of pictures that I've seen for Krieg looks. I think the actor that they picked for Tiny Tina looks really good. By no means am I against Kevin Hart. I don't know how I feel about him as Roland, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm super interested. I'm excited, and I really hope it's like Borderlands.
Yeah.
I know Jamie Lee is Tannis, which I think she'll do great.
Yeah.
Get Jack Black as Claptrap.
That'll be interesting.
I think they'll do fun. Get Kate Blanchett as Lilith. Not so sure.
There we go.
Nina Gershon as Moxie. We get that as Tiny Tina. Kevin Hart as Roland.
Yeah, this first time like really looking at the cast. And I can kind of see how some of these people match their characters with their noses and everything. So that's interesting. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say something, but I was like, never mind. So moving on. All right.
What about Wonderland?
So all I know is that a website popped up, and that tomorrow that we're supposed to be hearing some information with Gearbox towards this Wonderland. It's supposed to be a new adventure, maybe with Tiny Tina, and we'll find out a little bit more tomorrow, and then hopefully some more on Saturday, which I'm excited for. And I could only picture like Tiny Tina doing a, maybe a prequel. She's telling her story, and that gets me excited because her DLC, was it Borderlands 2 when that dropped?
Yep, got the Dungeons & Dragons one with her. It was a blast.
Yeah, when they introduced her, she was awesome, and I love playing it. I played 1 and 2 100% all the way through, and talk about a great game and talk about a great character. So I'm excited to see where they go with her.
Be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, speaking of wonderful, Sunday is going to be wonderful. You do not know, my friend. Nobody knows. Our 2 viewers tonight don't even know. I'm probably one of those viewers. But the big thing is Bethesda and Xbox is dropping their showcase on Sunday at 10 a.m. I am so excited for this because of the fact that, I mean, I guess asking you, Kevin, do you play any Xbox or Bethesda games?
Bethesda, yes. Xbox, no.
Okay. I mean, do you play Halo or anything like that? You play Sea of Thieves, my friend.
I do. That is technically an Xbox game.
Yep.
Right.
But I'm excited to see what these two giants are going to bring to the table, especially with Game Pass. And I'm a big fan of Game Pass, and I get it. Not everybody is because they may not have the time, or they may not have the catalog, or they may not have the system. But with Game Pass, you have so many different ways to play, from your phone to your console to your PC. And with them dropping all these different games to Game Pass, and we'll talk about something later on here, hopefully coming to Game Pass. It's just exciting to have Xbox have 23 studios now, and they have some of these big, amazing open world games like we talked about Sea of Thieves, or we talk about soon to be hopefully Halo. We'd have things like Horizon or Forza Horizon out there. I'm just excited about this. So, talk about Christmas earlier. This is my Christmas in June. Forget Christmas. Nobody needs to buy me Christmas presents. They just need to leave me alone on June 13th at 10 a.m. for about 90 minutes, because that's when I start taking my pants off, my friend.
Fair enough.
But talking about this, their showcase, let's just talk about some stuff. Halo. You think you're going to play Halo? Or you think you're going to jump into this, since this is going to be a big heavy hitter in the multiplayer first-person shooter this fall?
Highly unlikely.
Yeah. Is there a rhyme or reason behind that?
I enjoyed Halo 1. It was kind of an intro into shooting. As I've played more, my interest in shooters, heavy shields and armor, health bars, the feeling of shooting someone multiple times is very much lost interest, which is a very Halo thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm all for Halo enjoying it. It's just
Okay. Well, maybe Coin and I could convince you differently. I don't.
sure, probably.
So, I mean, that's a guarantee this fall. That's going to be guaranteed there. A couple other ones, I mean, I don't know if you watched some of the other E3s over the year, but let's just talk about some of their lineup. So, right now, what we know of is Halo, Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsports, Sea of Thieves. They're going to do some DLC drops, I think. Age of Empires 4, a game I never played. I don't know if you've ever played that.
Lots of Age of Empires, but not 4.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if 4 is new or if that's going to be finally on Xbox. Avowed, which do you know anything about Avowed? Ooh, what? Hold on, really quick. I gotta do this. We're just gonna do this really quick because you need to. For somebody who likes fantasy, I think you just need to watch this little short trailer real quick.
We have always known war. It forged our empire. Turned heroes into queens and kings. And decimated our foes. Now our oaths are lost, forsaken. And you must face the monsters our sins have borne. Is an oath worth the weight of a crown?
I'm excited for this one. It's when we talk about Xbox owning, what's a good description of Elder Scrolls or Elder Scrolls as an example? How would you describe that?
Story-driven RP, lots of open world options, and I definitely got an Elder Scrolls feeling from watching the limited gameplay we had from that. The way the hands were set up, the spells, it very much not quite Skyrim, more like
yeah. And these guys are all together as one big happy family. And the JRPG was really big on PlayStation, but the Western RPG, I think Microsoft is going to conquer it in the next 5 years with some of these games out there. But they showed that last year in July, so I'm curious if they're going to show some gameplay this year. The other things is you saw me play Ground It, which is a super fun game. They're going to expand on that. The other one, have you ever played Fable?
I have.
Yeah, I'm excited. I played all the Fables. I'm excited for the new Fable. State of Decay, which I'm a big fan of. Even 2 wasn't that great. I still loved it, being a diehard fan. 3 is supposed to be talked about. Hellblade 2, never played 1 or 2, so, well, I can't play 2 because it's not out yet, but never played 1. Everwild, which looks super awesome. They're from our buddies Rare, who made Sea of Thieves. Let's do this real quick, and we can play this guy in the background. But this one I'm excited for. They don't have any gameplay for it. It's all CGI. But this is supposed to be an open world. And it kind of has that feel of Breath of the Wild, Zelda. And the really big one, have you ever played any of the Fallouts?
I've watched a lot on them, but I haven't played.
Okay. Starfield from Bethesda. Tom Howard, which I'm excited for. That's going to be, I think, Fallout in space, which seems really, really cool. And then 2 that I think I will get with time through Xbox is going to be Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, which are 2 amazing games. But then we got some of the, like Elder Scrolls 6. Are you excited to see if they talk about that on Sunday?
I am, but I'm thinking we're years away from that being.
Yeah.
I have looked into Starfield a little bit, and I like some of the stuff that Tom Howard's done, like meeting up with Elon Musk and going to SpaceX and more authentic for the game.
Yeah. Yeah. We talk about RPGs and we talk about Elder Scrolls and we talk about Fallout. I don't think that they're going to lose on Starfield. And I think the great thing with Starfield or with Xbox is I think a lot of these games we're talking about are going to end up being exclusive. And that's where they're going to steal the thunder from PlayStation. It doesn't really affect you as a PC guy because all these are going to be released on PC, which is awesome. And we'll probably end up seeing those on Steam day one when they launch on Xbox. But
I think Xbox needs to do that. PlayStation's had a lot of exclusive Xbox.
Yeah, it's exclusive sell their brand. And I know a lot of people talk about consoles and selling consoles, and they don't want to sell consoles. They want to sell you games, and they want to sell you DLC, and they want to sell you live service and all that stuff. Because if in a couple years they're going to make some money off of the consoles, but right now they're not making any money on the consoles. And PlayStation has nothing to worry about because they have 110 million subscribers right now. I own 2 PlayStation 4s, so they can only count me as one time. But the big thing is that there's so many users out there that nobody's stealing those users right now. They may be experiencing their PC or they may be experiencing their Xbox console, but they're not jumping ship and leaving PlayStation. And that's where it's going to be crazy, man. And I think in 2022, we're going to see, starting Sunday, but in 2022, we're going to see 5 games from Xbox every single year. And they're going to be AAA games. And it's crazy to think about. You should, yeah, it's something that they need to do because then maybe I can get my friends. I know this guy named Kevin on, hopefully he can get on Game Pass and play some games with me. Yeah. So, but moving on, let's jump out of here. Yeah, that's Everwild playing in the background. The visuals are beautiful, and I don't know. You watch me play a lot of different games, and I could definitely be into this one. Save that little deer. Okay.
To me, it looks very updated Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, any Studio Ghibli, I'm a big fan of, and those art styles. So then we're gonna move on to Warner Brothers. This is another game, my friend. I'm gonna try getting you into. It's it's funny because it's just Warner Brothers has so many licenses that I like Suicide Squad, and then they have the Dark Knight series that's supposed to be coming out with all the Robins. I don't think they're going to show Suicide Squad at all. Here it just says Back for Blood. They don't say anything else. And it's only 30 minutes that Warner Brothers is going to say anything. So I'm curious about that. I skipped over Square Enix because we know some of the things like Final Fantasy, and I think they're on Final Fantasy 17 right now. To me, they're fun. They're not that fun. I haven't played all 17 of them yet. I don't know about you.
I'm a pretty big fan.
Have you? Are you excited for the new one?
My problem is every time I want to play one, since I usually don't get on console, I have to wait.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I think we're going to get more information on parts of the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, what was the remake that they just dropped? Was that 10 or was that 11?
The remake they just did was 7, and did it in 4 parts.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Okay. See.
They broke the game into 3 different parts, and they made, I want to say 3. They made everyone wait. They really wanted it like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. That's a lot of history right there, and I love them, but it's one of those. They're those games where you just get sucked in and you exclude everything out of your life and you play it. And you know they're not short games. Some of them are, not all of them are. And that's the thing is where I love Final Fantasy and I love the movies as well. But yeah, so Square Enix. I don't know what else they'll be showing. I couldn't really find much with them. I don't know if they'll be talking for an hour and a half. It looks like maybe. So, but I figured jump over to Warner Brothers because these guys I'm excited for. So let's watch this trailer first, and we'll go from there. Okay.
Got it.
Yep, that's me. So you're probably wondering how we got here. A scary worm turned everyone into monsters, and then the world fell apart. It's a real mess out there, but that's why they call us cleaners. Allow me to introduce the team. This is Walker, the guy everybody can depend on.
Just doing my job.
War-torn veteran, check. Deadly accurate, check, check, check. Loyal to the end? Checkmate. Need a prescription for pain? Call Doc.
You're not dying today.
She's just as good at blasting Ridden as she is at keeping everybody on their feet. Except for that guy. Carly's head's on a swivel.
Something smells bad, and for once, it isn't us.
Carly is...
Does she ever shut up?
Blunt. Jim is our eye in the sky. He's our seasoned marksman. Crack shot. Lethal at 500 yards. That's gotta hurt. That's Hoffman. He weirdly digs this whole apocalypse thing. He always comes prepared.
Who's laughing now?
To blow shit up!
I got this.
This is Evangelo, a natural-born survivor, and the newest member of the team.
Ah, no, man, no!
And that's Mom. At least that's what we call her because she's tough, doesn't take shit from anybody, and always knows exactly what to say.
Welcome to the shit show.
She might not have brought you into this world,
Just don't expect a trophy.
but if you're a Ridden, she'll take you out of it. And that badass? That's Dottie. Not me, the Bat. My name is Holly. just your run-of-the-mill college kid with a baseball bat. But I can also be a real softie on the inside. You know, I'm sort of the glue that holds the whole team together. And then there are these guys. The breaker will snap you in half like a Russian boxer. Ugh, the ogre. They throw these... we call them meatballs. This is the snitch. If he sees you first, his buddies will be on you like flies on shit. And the hag. They'll literally eat you whole. Gross. You think they're ugly? Wait till you see what else we have to deal with. This is our world. And we're taking it back. One ridden at a time.
October 12th. Well, what do you think of that?
I like they each have their own little special focus. What kind of character you
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Mama, Instant Revive, the one guy with the headband on and curly hair, gets out of grabs. Yep. The one guy probably played the old man with the glasses. He when he gets kills, he gets ammo drops around him, which I like. I need some ammo. But do you know anything about Left 4 Dead?
Yes.
All right, these are the guys who made Left 4 Dead.
All right.
That's where you see that they finally went back to their roots. They did Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and then they did Extinction. No, I'm sorry, Evolve. And Evolve flopped. And that's where you were you 4 hunters or 5 hunters against big monsters or big creatures. That was fun. It had its moment. It just didn't have the community, so you didn't see much play. And then they finally went back to their roots and started making zombie games again. And everyone's excited for this one because you bring a friend like Kevin, you pick a gun, you pick a character, and then pick a gun, and you just go in there and start going through the waves of zombies. And Turtle Rock, I think, is the developer, and I'm excited for that.
Should be interesting.
Only if I can sell it to you.
Maybe. We'll see.
You ready for another beer before we go to the big guy of the night?
Absolutely. Gonna pick which one.
All right, let's do this Mango Haze. So we're gonna do Ex Nova right here. They're from Portland, Oregon. It's going to be a 1 pint, which is 16 ounces. That's 1.7 ABV by volume. That means alcohol by volume. That's going to be a hazy Indian pale ale brewed with mango. Brewed and packaged in Portland, Oregon. All right, I'm excited. That's a good clean crack open of the can. I like when you take a sip and describe the beers. There's never any right answer.
I mean, that's fitting when I describe it. I'm not being surprised that I'm very quiet.
All right, well, cheers. I don't know if you're pouring your beer.
Cheers indeed, buddy.
Cheers, my friend. Kevin's quiet?
Apparently I am.
Maybe it was that moment. He's been in thought. He's thinking about getting a Back 4 Blood Zombie Premiere Edition.
I mean, I don't think that's the case, but
All right, what do you think of this beer?
I think it's tasty. I think the fruit flavor is actually enjoyable. It's not. I mean, it's quite strong as far as the flavor goes. I think it would sell a lot in tap house.
Yeah, too bad only you and I are drinking it right now. Nobody else in Colorado is.
But no, yeah, I mean, if you like the hazies and the fruit, it is quite tasty.
Do you think it has a nice sweetness and then bitterness to like kind of piney bitter to earthy, yeasty taste at the end?
I get more of the bitter than I get the sweet.
Yeah.
I taste the fruit, but it's not overly sweetened.
Yeah.
It's actually more like real fruit.
Exactly.
A lot of that bitter and that juice to it, and it's not overly sugared or anything like that.
Yeah, it's made with real mangoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so what Kevin's talking about is Colorado's all about these juicy, hazy. It's like orange juice with alcohol. I mean, that's really what it tastes like. And the thing is Bud Coors and Miller are 92% in this market. So we get a lot of people who jump ship from Bud Coors and Miller, and they go right into IPAs, and these IPAs have to be juicy and sweet. I'm a big fan of that garlic onion and that piney. What hop profiles do you like, Kevin?
I like the piney. I like the bitter. I like the. I don't know how I worded it last time. Not your own cake, but I want to taste the hops. I want to taste the hops profile in it. I want it to be noticeable when I smell it. Like if they want to use fruit, that's fine, and I like fruit.
Yeah.
But I don't want that to be what I taste, right? I don't want to just have orange juice that's alcoholic. Some might, but that's not what I'm looking for when I hear IPA.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's a big trend here in Colorado. So this here is a good Oregon beer, letting Kevin know there are hazies out there that are fruited, but that aren't going to kill your palate, but they're going to be very enjoyable. Like, this is a good summer beer.
Indeed. It's been warm out here, so that's pretty fitting.
Yeah. Oh, that's very yummy. All right. I'm going to pour the rest into my glass real quick, and then we're going to move on to the big event for the night, for the day, because it's still the 9th. I don't know if you saw this trailer yet, my friend. I'm assuming you did because I blasted it all over my Discord. We're going to...
You doing the Batman or the Battlefield?
The Battlefield. Do we have a Batman one?
I think you posted one, but I'm not worried about it. I'd rather watch the Battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
I have watched it on yours, but I'm happy to again because it's been the conversation of the day in chat.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to watch Battlefield because they just dropped their little trailer today. Kevin, oh my gosh. Are you ready for this trailer?
Oh yeah, I'm interested. Count me in.
All right, let's do this. And I'll say it afterwards about what I was going to say, but let's check this out. I got a boner, sorry. Thumbs up. Sucker. Can't wait to be a squirrel. Yep. I need one of these at the bar. A puppy.
his pants.
Wow. How do you feel about that? How does that?
They've got my money. My favorite part so far is that they added some gameplay into the trailer. And in that, I don't mean the actual gameplay. I mean how people play their game. Like the dude jumping out of the airplane, rocketing someone, getting back inside and flying away.
Yes. Yes. I'll tell you this much. That is a shitty moment when it's happening to you.
It's absolutely, but we've done it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such an amazing thing, and it's so this is the 7th time I watched it today. I mean, a little fun fact about me, my game is Battlefield. Not Call of Duty, it's Battlefield. And it's the reason why I love Battlefield is because it's getting with my team, getting with my friends and creating a team. It could be 4 or 5 or whatever. Like this one, there's going to be more. But the thing is working together to accomplish something versus just going in guns a-blazing, shooting everything that you see, that lone wolf type of feeling, which it can be fun to do, but it doesn't keep me in a game. What keeps me in a game is constantly moving, progressing in conquest from one point to another and moving forward. And so picking a class, I'm a medic, you're assault, whatever it is, and we work together as a team. And that's why I love Battlefield. And it started with Battlefield 2 for me, and I played Battlefield 2142, Bad Company 1, Bad Company 2, Vietnam, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5. And the great thing is in Battlefield 1942 and Battlefield 1943 to throw in there. But a big thing is I love this franchise, and I love this company, and I love that I can get in there with somebody like you, and we can play as a team, and we can have a great time, and it's not always just one person killing everybody. It's us working like we do in Call of Duty, when we play, why am I drawing a blank, when we throw the smokes and we throw the trophy system? Control. And it's just fun to do that with you, Everyone's like, why is there smoke? And it's like, because Kevin and I are throwing smoke. Or Kevin's always like, Dave and I are throwing smoke, We work together as a team. And so I'm excited for this game. What else in the trailer did you like?
I liked a lot of it. I thought the tornado odd but interesting as a mechanic.
Yeah.
I have heard a little bit of a rumor about one of the game modes that's coming with this one.
Yeah.
That I know we both love the idea that if you're going to play an objective-based game, you play the objectives.
Right.
They're making a mode that once you've captured a point, it can't be recaptured. So the team that has a very effective and well-thought-out push is going to be.
Oh, nice.
And where kills count for absolutely nothing. So it's a very objective, focused.
Is it really quick? I don't mean to interrupt. I apologize, but DICE has always been their number one goal is a team-based game. So instead of kills, you work together as a team to get those objectives. You have is that what they're really focused on? Is really buckling down on being a team-based mode?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's this new mode of theirs where It used to be like in a lot of the ones I started doing a lot of research that got me interested in it, and there were still benefits of getting kills. So you get a lot of people that were focused on some that captured. In this one, only capturing the point as a team matters. Period. Like there's no other side objective.
Nice.
So that should be a lot of fun and fit what we're.
Well, to add to that, you have section or flag C, right? We capture it, but we have to capture 2 other points within. The areas are bigger than they used to be in Battlefield, so we capture C1 and C2 before we can capture C. And I think what you're talking about is then that point is gone, or we capture that point and nobody else can capture it, which is exciting. So
That's exactly it.
yeah, and some little fun things. I mean, I'm sorry, it's behind me. I was looking. I have 2142. I just want to pop that in and make it look like this right now. Talk about an old game, but it's great because they went World War I, World War II, and now they went extreme future. But it's not that. I can't remember Call of Duty was Advanced Warfare or Infinite War or whatever when they went future and they were wall running because they were trying to compete with Titanfall. But the thing is this is the future, but you don't see jetpacks. I mean, not yet. Knock on wood, right? You don't see wall running and stuff like that. But the thing is they have every single studio working on this, and we've talked about this before. Respawn is Titanfall, also Modern Warfare 1 and 2, and they just picked up their GM from Disney, who used to be at Disney and used to be at Call of Duty for online services. So they just picked up their guy to compete with Call of Duty. The thing is I haven't seen a trailer this big since Battlefield 3. And speaking of trailers, this trailer was 5 minutes long, Kevin.
Hey, it didn't feel like it.
No. But 5 minutes long is such an amazing, beautiful thing. Here's your jet scene.
Yeah, well, like, see, this, for anyone who hasn't played these kind of games, Dave's not wrong. This is the moment that you're really upset. Unless you're that guy.
Yeah.
And then you're really stoked that it works out.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, when I first watched, every time I watch a game I love, I criticize it so much, and I have to watch the trailer. Like, watching this now 8 times today, I'm excited for it. I'm really...
I apologize for it. Coin is excited for it. I'm excited for it. Ghost. I'm pretty sure most of the people on your guys' side for Discord is. This is going to be something that, if we can get everyone together,
Yeah.
we still couldn't fill half that lobby. I think they're like 64 person now, aren't they?
Whoa. Let's be correct about this. If you have an Xbox One X or a PlayStation 4, it's 64. You and I have PCs. We all have PCs. It is 128 people.
Oh my god.
120. Yep. And the great thing is what we need to do is we need to get, and it's the new consoles and PC. And they didn't talk about crossplay, but they hinted at it. And I think we're going to see a lot of that. But talk about squad. We're talking about, on my side, we're talking about me. We're talking about Saxon. We're talking about some big heavy hitters, which we don't even see play. Sunit and Jamie, and they love Battlefield, and they play it every day, nonstop when these things come out. So we'd have a great squad. A couple of fun facts. One, I don't know how I feel about this, and I kind of throw it your way. No single player mode. How do you feel about that?
For the Battlefield?
Yep.
Can you load into a map by yourself? Like, you can join in a queue for a 120 person group by yourself?
Well, great question. But really quick, I guess, so let me answer that, then so you can tell me. They're going to have so there's multiple reasons for this, but they're going to have AI, And a lot of it has to do with the new player. So you can, Kevin, jump into 128 player mode and have all AI, is my understanding. And you can play against 127 different AI soldiers. How intelligent, how smart they are, well, we'll find out. But that's kind of cool if you're a new player coming into this mode or coming into this game, right? You can get a new upgrade, you can get a new perk or whatever they're going to have, new gun, and you can jump into that mode and try it out. So, how do you feel about that in no single player mode?
So, no single player is like no storyline. Just make sure I'm following along, right?
There's going to be a story, but what it is did you hear anything about Titanfall 1?
Yes, I played it very short.
Okay, so Titanfall 1, same thing, is you jump into multiplayer, they're going to tell you a story. They're going to, my understanding is with the different passes, you're going to get new operators. I don't know if they're calling them operators, so let's not get that confused with COD, but they're going to have new operators and they're going to have new story modes in multiplayer. If you don't get the season pass, you're only going to play the standard edition throughout the season, or I'm sorry, throughout the game, and then once you're done, you're done. So no campaign, no single player mode where you just jump in and play a campaign story. And they're calling it no single player mode. So that's good. That's a great question. Now you're making me think about it. Does that mean no campaign? Or does that mean I can't play single player by myself with all these AIs? But I think what they're trying to say is no campaign.
I think you're going to lose some people who really just want the story, don't want to play with other people in a PvP. But with this kind of a game going into a battlefield, and from what I've seen and heard from you guys, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, and I think pulling the couple people out of that and being like, hey, if you really want the story, you got to go in and play with other people, is going to help fill some queues, it's going to help get games going, and get the community less. And if they add a storyline to your multiplayer, for the people who just want to kill people, they're going to get a story with it as well, where they might not have been the kind of people who are like, hey, I'm not going to go do the campaign, I just want to wreck noobs. Now they're going to get a little bit more out of their game.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. It's Call of Duty did it, and Titanfall did it. They had no campaigns on at least one game per studio, so it's going to be interesting on this one. I have mixed feelings about that because I think on Sunday, because they talked about gameplay on Sunday, and then they're going to go into their more detail on their modes, and I think on Sunday we are going to find out that they're going to drop this on day one on Xbox Game Pass. And the reason behind that would be you have no campaign. You didn't put a bunch of money into a campaign. You made a multiplayer, you know. So a lot of people are going to jump onto this with their Xbox Game Pass and go, hey, I'm going to buy these cosmetics, or I'm going to buy this season pass, or I'm going to buy whatever it is to hopefully make me look better or act better or feel better. So I'm excited for that with the no single player. If they don't do that, how much is this game? Is it going to be $59.99? You know?
I mean, that's a good question. When you start taking away things, people are going to always be upset.
Yeah.
On a side note, Dave, I think our stream.
Oh, is it? Oh, mine's still going. Weird.
I checked with Jesse just in case.
Okay. Yeah, screw that stream. Well, we'll finish up here. Let's talk about some fun facts. We talked about no single player mode, right? We talked about, can't believe that was 5-minute reveal. They're going to have, when they drop it, it's going to have 7 maps. These maps are going to, I don't know, I don't play PUBG. They compared one map to PUBG, how big it was. And so they kind of talked about that on that level.
Good size map then.
Yeah. And then game experiences, we have All Out Warfare, which is Conquest and Breakthrough Return. 2 different modes that I love at a massive scale of, as we talked about, up to 128 players on PC and new console. Xbox One and PlayStation 4 support 64 players, which is pretty damn cool. My YouTube came back on, Kevin, just so you know.
Yep, yours was good again.
Okay. And then they have All Out Warfare, that's one game mode. Hazard Zone, which is squad up, drop down into Hazard Zone, all new high stakes multiplayer experience. And then they have React It, and those more details are coming to EA Play Live July 22nd, 2021. So they have 3 modes, 7 maps, and 10 operators. That's crazy.
It truthfully sounds amazing.
Yeah. I am too, as well. So it's definitely gonna be something. And like you said, I just burped because of that beer. Sorry. You said it well, my friend. They already have my money. Like, I'm looking at all the different expansions so I can buy one. But I'm gonna wait till Sunday. Damn it! I gotta wait till July 22nd to give them my money. But the thing is I want to make sure they're not going to drop this on Xbox, because if they're dropping this on Xbox, do I get it on my console and my PC? And if they don't give it to me on both, I'm okay paying for it on one, as long as they give it to me free on another, so I can play it with multiple friends, because we have multiple consoles. Not all of us have the latest and greatest, like Mr. Kev over here. But are you gonna play this on day one, you think?
Oh, absolutely. We've been talking about it all morning before you got on. My morning. Coin's been in here talking about it, talking about for it, the leaked, expected information that's out there, and like I told Coin, that the moment you told me about it, I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna have a blast playing with you. And if it's as good as it sounds, I'm gonna go ahead and skip the next Call of Duty, just spend my time on it.
Yeah. I mean, you're a wise man thinking that, because this is definitely going to take up your time. Do you have Amazon Prime?
I do.
You get Battlefield 4 free.
I already bought it anyways.
Wait, you have Battlefield 4? Why are we not playing this?
I told you I got it for you. You told me you liked it. I went and bought it that day.
I did not know this. Well, maybe Sunday we should play some Battlefield 4. If I don't know your work schedule, or whenever you're free.
More than happy to play as long as I'm not getting a call.
Sounds good. And you can put down WoW for a second, play some Battlefield 4.
I sure can.
All right. Well, that's exciting. That's a great way to end the night. I know we have 3 beers to drink, but I feel like this English style ale, you can crack that open in the privacy of your own home, off camera, and enjoy that one there, Kevin.
Absolutely.
And it was fun chatting with you. I'm glad Jess got on and said that she couldn't hear you, or you were quiet, and she informed us that our stream was off there for a little bit.
That's all right. It came back up. So episode 3 next Wednesday?
Episode 3 next Wednesday. Starting time 10 o'clock-ish.
Sounds good to me. I'll see you then, buddy.
All right, let's say, it's funny, really quick, I watched this one guy, Colt Eastwood, and he always tells his guests to say goodbye and wave to the camera. Bye.